When your business appears in Google search results and has high ratings and more reviews than your competitors who also appear, your business becomes the obvious choice, allowing you to stand out in even the most crowded market. So ask your customers for Google reviews. While there are other sites such as Yelp where you can earn reviews, I'm going to encourage you to specifically ask for Google reviews because most people, 81%, read Google reviews, and Google reviews are going to help improve your SEO, which, as we already discussed, is going to help you stand out. Hey there, you're listening to the Priority Pursuit podcast, a podcast dedicated to helping small business owners and leaders define, maintain, and pursue both their personal and business priorities so they can build lives and businesses they love. I'm your host, Victoria Rayburn, and y'all, there are now more small businesses than ever before. You see, in 2020, the number of new business applications doubled compared to 2019. And according to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, this trend has continued with more than 5 million new business applications being filed every year since. This just makes my small business loving heart so ever loving happy. I mean, the pandemic was hard, scary, and just impossible in so many ways. But I do really love that it encouraged the world to assess their priorities, make career changes, start businesses, and just live lives that are more in alignment with what is most important to us. However, to be honest, this surge in new business also means that you, as a small business owner, have more competition than ever before. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about community over competition, but the fact of the matter is that you have bills to pay. And unfortunately, studies show that most small businesses fail. In fact, according to the Small Business Administration, more than half of small businesses fail within 5 years of opening their doors, 66% close their doors within 10 years, and only 26% of businesses survive past year 15. With these numbers and more competition than ever in mind, if you want your small business to thrive or even survive, you have to stand out. You have to be able to grab your ideal customer's attention and convert them into paying clients. Now, because there's nothing we want more than for your small business to succeed, today I want to break down 10 ways you can help your small business stand out in a crowded market. First, and arguably the most effective way to set yourself apart from your competitors is to provide an incredible customer experience. Now, I'm going to say something that you may not want to hear, and that is that the quality of the client experience you offer matters far more than the quality of your products or services. Stay with me. This is not to say that the quality of your offer doesn't matter, but the customer experience you provide matters even more because the experience you provide is going to affect how your customers feel about the quality of your products or service. I know this can be hard to hear when you take a lot of pride in your work. I mean, when I was a wedding photographer, I wanted my images to speak for themselves and for people to book me because they love my photos. However, here's the thing. The average person doesn't know what makes a great photo. Prospects were never going to look at my images and think, whoa, I bet that harsh light was hard to shoot in. Victoria did an amazing job, or I so appreciate how she used lead lines and framed the couple in these images. Victoria has to be our wedding photographer. And like my clients were never truly going to understand the quality of my photos, your clients, regardless of what your small business does or sells, likely won't ever truly understand all the intricacies that go into your work. In fact, if you did a side-by-side of your and your competitors' work, there is a good chance that your clients wouldn't even be able to tell the difference, even if your work is superior, simply because your customers aren't experts in your field. Again, I'm not saying that you should offer anything less than a great product or service. However, in today's competitive market, providing an excellent client experience can set you apart from your competitors, even when your market is saturated. So from the initial interaction you have with customers to the support you provide during and even after their time with you, every touch point matters. So be sure your communication is clear, it's timely, and it's helpful. Under promise and over deliver. Create customer service protocols so that you can ensure every customer is served well. And remember that happy clients are your best advocates. They're going to be your best referrals. They're likely going to return for repeat business, and they are, again, going to refer you to others. Basically, focus on service, not just transactions. This will help you create a loyal customer base that trusts and values your business, and this loyalty is only going to lead to success and growth and help you stand out in your market. Now, if you've listened to a single episode of Priority Pursuit, you probably aren't going to be surprised to hear me say that clear messaging, which is the key to effective marketing, is crucial if you want to stand out in a saturated market. The fact of the matter is that you can do all of the marketing things you're supposed to do, like show up on social media, create sales funnels, and everything and anything else. However, all of these efforts and tactics are a waste of time, money, and resources if you don't know what to say to your ideal customers, because nothing you create is going to resonate with them. In order to convert prospects into paying customers, you have to know exactly what to say to connect with your ideal customers, hold their attention, and ultimately make them want to do business with you. In other words, you have to clarify your messaging. Now, the best way to create clear, customer-focused messaging is to write what we call your marketing guiding statements. We've talked about marketing guiding statements, and I don't know how many episodes at this point, but in case you aren't familiar with this idea, marketing guiding statements are written guidelines that position your brand and business as a trusted partner. And the process of developing these statements gives you the information you need to write clear, concise, and effective messaging in a story-based framework. Now, when you take the time to create marketing guiding statements, you can refer to this language as you work on writing website copy, blog posts, social media posts, or developing any other marketing piece to make sure your marketing is customer focused rather than braggy or salesy and has the power to convert your ideal customers. With this in mind, clear messaging is a crucial aspect of your marketing foundation, as it is going to, one, ensure your marketing uses the right language in order to be effective, and two, is going to save you so much time. I mean, how many times have you stared at that blinking cursor, not knowing what to say? Well, when you take the time to write your marketing guiding statements, you'll know exactly what to say. Heck, you can even copy and paste a lot of the time. Because we know that small businesses marketing cannot succeed without clear messaging, we put together a free mini course that walks you through exactly how to write your small business's marketing guiding statements. To take the first step to effective marketing for small businesses, writing your marketing guiding statements mini course, visit the link in the show notes or go to treefrogmarketing.com/marketing guiding statements, which is all one word without any spaces, hyphens, special characters, anything. So treefrogmarketing.com/marketing guiding statements. And just to make this clear one more time, your marketing will not be successful, meaning it won't convert or attract your ideal customers if you don't have clear, customer-focused messaging. Now, clear messaging alone is going to help you stand out because unlike your competitors who are likely making what they offer difficult to understand, your marketing is going to be clear, concise, and tailored to your ideal customer. However, if you really want to stand out in your market, I want to encourage you to go a step further and use your messaging to differentiate your business from your competitors. For example, let's pretend you're a newborn photographer. Yes, you can absolutely create clear messaging about the fact that babies are only newborns for a short time and moms don't want to fail to capture these sweet moments before they're gone. This is absolutely true. However, don't you think it's safe to say that all of your competitors are saying the same exact thing? Now, creating clear messaging around this concept will probably get you far. However, creating clear messaging that differentiates your business will take you even further. For example, rather than talking about fleeting newborn moments, your messaging could focus on the fact that you make newborn photos a luxurious, convenient experience for parents. Maybe you assist with outfit selections, have a client closet, or have pre-planning sessions with clients so that way after babies arrive and parents are exhausted, you've already taken care of all the details. Your clients can just show up and enjoy a luxurious, convenient experience while ensuring these fleeting moments are captured. Now, when you take the time to write marketing guiding statements with this information, your messaging is going to become more concise than everything I just babbled at you. However, when your messaging is clear and different from your competitors' messaging, your business is so much more likely to stand out in a crowded market. With this in mind, as you write your marketing guiding statements, I want to encourage you to analyze your competitors' messaging by simply going to their websites and determining a gap, a niche, or just something slightly different you can include in your messaging and make part of your brand to set your business apart. Again, you can learn how to write your marketing guiding statements with our free mini course, which can be found in the show notes or at treefrogmarketing.com/marketing guiding statements. All right. Another way you can stand out in a crowded market is simply by making sure that your website includes the right information. I mean this with love, but there are a lot of bad websites out there. In order to be effective, your website needs to serve your ideal clients well by helping them quickly and easily understand what you offer, how you can help solve their problem, and how they can work with you. In other words, your website needs to include the right information. Because if it takes longer than 5 seconds for website visitors to determine the answers to these questions, they are practically guaranteed to leave your site, meaning you'll miss out on business. Now, in our experience, there are 8 things that every business's website needs to include to convert site visitors into paying customers. If you'd like to learn what those 8 elements are, visit treefrogmarketing.com/website to access our free guide, 8 things every small business's website must include to convert visitors into paying customers. When your website includes these 8 elements and any other information that is pertinent to your ideal clients, which you can determine when you thoroughly understand your ideal clients and what they need from you, your website will be much more likely to stand out from your competitors' sites. I mean, just as an example, which site are you more likely to engage with? The one that hardly provides any information, the one that provides a lot of irrelevant information, or the site that gives you exactly the information you were looking for? Basically, when your site includes the right information, it's going to serve as a 24/7 salesperson that generates business. Again, please be sure to check out our free website guide. Visit treefrogmarketing.com/website or check out the link in the show notes to access 8 things every small business's website must include to convert visitors into paying customers so that you can turn your website into a lead generating machine. Now, speaking of your website, another highly effective way to stand out in a crowded market is to leverage SEO and make sure that your business appears on the first page of Google search results. The higher you rank, the better. And this is because 97% of people use Google when they're in need of a product or service. As a result, if you can get your website and business to rank on the first page of Google, you can get your information in front of prospects who are actively searching for and likely ready to purchase exactly what you have to offer. Basically, when your website ranks at the top of Google search results, you don't have to spend so much of your time going after new leads. Instead, many of your strongest leads will start coming to you through Google. SEO, which stands for search engine optimization in case you aren't familiar, is a free process that helps your website rank well on Google or other search engines when users conduct searches related to your products, your services, or your content. Now, there are a lot of moving parts to a successful SEO strategy, but SEO has the power to do big things for your small business. After all, when people intentionally look for a service or product, most go to Google and many are ready to make a purchase. So when your website is one of the first solutions they see in a search, they will be more likely to buy from you. Now, in case you aren't convinced, SEO played a huge part in my marketing strategy when I was a wedding photographer. In fact, every year, 40% of my clients found me through Google. In other words, SEO was responsible for nearly half of my income. And because my website ranked well on Google, my ideal clients were able to easily find my website and information. As a side note, SEO only works if your website serves your customers well. If your site isn't built well and doesn't include the right information like we just discussed, it isn't going to convert website visitors into paying customers. SEO can get people to your website, but it cannot convert them. So don't waste your time doing SEO work if you don't have or you aren't investing in a site that serves your ideal customers well. Again, there are a lot of moving parts to a successful SEO strategy, but if you're ready to get started, I want to encourage you to go way back and listen to episode 86, the 3 most effective ways to improve your small business's SEO, which we will be sure to link to in the show notes and you can find wherever you listen to podcasts.
What would you do with an extra 45 minutes every workday? That would save you 16 hours a month or roughly 8 days a year. And over the course of your career, we're talking about over 1 year of your life saved. All that time back. Well, many independent business owners spend far more than 45 minutes a day on administrative tasks. And with HoneyBook, you can get that time back and then some. HoneyBook lets you easily manage projects, contracts, invoices, scheduling, and client communication, saving you time and allowing you to better serve your clients. For a discount on your first year of HoneyBook, visit honeybook.com and subscribe with the code PriorityPursuit. 45 minutes a day adds up quickly. Use it to focus on what matters most.
Many small businesses don't have an effective marketing strategy, and because of this, they try one tactic after another without seeing results. This not only prevents consistent business growth, it makes managing marketing efforts more difficult than it should be. As a marketing agency for small businesses, we understand how frustrating it can be when hard work doesn't deliver the results that you want. Because of this, TreeFrog has developed a proven 4-step marketing system that will help any small business grow. On our website, you can also schedule a 30-minute discovery call to discuss working with TreeFrog to build a marketing strategy that will allow your small business to finally see the growth you've been working so hard to achieve.
Now, another way to stand out in a crowded market is to provide your audience with content that serves them well. By content, I mean blog posts, videos, podcast episodes, infographics, organic social media posts, and any other medium that allows you to share a message and engage with your audience. In all honesty, content marketing is where we often see small businesses struggle and become absolutely overwhelmed. They assume that they need to create massive amounts of content and end up haphazardly creating media that just doesn't speak to or serve their ideal clients. As a result, their ideal clients don't consume or engage with this content, which makes creating it a waste of time and money. Now, in a world where there is more content available than ever before, if you want to stand out in your market, you have to create quality content that either helps your ideal clients survive or thrive, which are things we as people naturally want most in life. In other words, you need to create content that makes people's lives better, whether that be content that helps them do something like reach a goal or complete a task, feel more informed and confident, or simply feel more connected or less alone. Because when you consistently provide quality content, you'll be able to position yourself as a trusted expert in your field. And when your audience sees that you're consistently providing valuable information, they'll begin to trust your expertise and will be more likely to turn to you when they are ready to make a purchase. Additionally, providing great content is also going to help you build relationships with your audience. Content that resonates with your ideal clients helps you establish a connection with them. They get to know your brand, understand your values, and see how you can help solve their problems, which ultimately makes them much more likely to become paying customers. Now, with this in mind, if you want to stand out in a crowded market, rather than focusing on quantity, focus on quality. Create content that addresses the specific needs and challenges of your ideal clients. And remember, it is better to produce one piece of high quality content than to churn out 5, 50, 100 pieces of content that don't resonate. At the end of the day, content that serves your ideal clients well will not only help you stand out in a crowded market, but will also help you build a loyal audience that trusts your brand and turns to you for solutions. Now, in case you want more guidance in creating a content marketing strategy, I want to encourage you to go back and listen to episode 110, a proven content marketing strategy for small businesses. In this episode, Angel Toby, our content director at TreeFrog, shares the exact strategy our content team uses to serve our agency clients. And we would love it if you would make it your own. All right. Another way you can stand out in a crowded market is to utilize email marketing. Now, in a seemingly social media driven world, you might be thinking, why the heck would I want to do that? And I understand, y'all, but the numbers don't lie. You see, email has again and again proven to be the best marketing channel in terms of ROI. In fact, according to agency analytics, it's estimated that email generates $36 for every $1 spent. That's a 3,500% ROI. On the other hand, social media generates an estimated return of $2.80 for every dollar spent. That's a huge difference. $36, $2.80. Wow. When you just hear the numbers, I know this can seem shocking, but when you stop to think about updated social media algorithms, it really isn't that surprising. At this point, less than 10% of your followers will likely see your organic social media posts. And digital advertising, social media advertising, it's becoming more and more expensive. However, email allows you to communicate directly with your audience, and your emails are more or less guaranteed to end up in prospects' inboxes, making email a direct line of communication between you and prospective customers who have already expressed interest in your products or services. I mean, they already shared their email address with you, so you know that they are warm leads. On top of this, only 64% of small businesses utilize email marketing. This means that 36% aren't utilizing this powerful marketing tool at all. And if I were a betting kind of gal, I bet that a majority of the 64% who are using it aren't using it well, or they aren't using it strategically. If you're willing to commit to email marketing, build an email list, and serve your subscribers in their inboxes on a regular basis, you will almost certainly stand out in your market. Now, if you want to get started with email marketing, you have to build an email list. So I want to encourage you to go back and listen to episode 114, which breaks down exactly how to get people on your email list and what to send them after they opt in. Okay, another highly effective way to set your small business apart is by using Google and social media ads. While I understand if you are hesitant about paid advertising, hear me out for a second. These advertising platforms allow you to reach your ideal clients directly, ensuring that your message gets in front of the right people. So first, let's talk about Google Ads. Google Ads make it easier for your prospective clients to find you. This is particularly valuable because, as we discussed earlier, 97% of people use Google when they need a product or service. And with Google Ads, you're meeting your audience precisely where they are and when they're looking for what you provide, even if your website doesn't currently organically rank well on Google. So, okay, after Google ads, let's talk about social media ads, which you can run on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or nearly any other social media platform. These ads offer another avenue to reach your audience. These platforms allow for highly targeted campaigns, enabling you to tailor your ads based on demographics, interests, behaviors, and even past interactions with your content. This means you can get your business in front of a highly relevant audience. Basically, with Google and social media ads, you can strategically increase your visibility, reach your target audience more effectively, and ultimately stand out in a crowded market. These ads not only help drive traffic to your website, but they also reinforce your brand's presence, making it easier for potential customers to remember and choose you when they're ready to make a purchase. I know spending money on ads can feel scary. So if you'd like to learn more, be sure to tune into episode 115, How to Use Google Ads as a Small Business, and episode 126, Why Small Businesses Should Invest in Social Media Ads. Now, I know every tactic we've discussed so far is going to require quite a bit of work. You're going to have to spend time updating your messaging and website, and you're going to have to develop systems and protocols to maintain your SEO, provide great content, and nurture your email list. So let's discuss something simple that you can do to stand out in your market, which is simply to receive more Google reviews. Studies show that businesses with higher average ratings and more reviews are more likely to attract customers. And honestly, this isn't surprising. I mean, just the other day, I was looking up a recipe for chicken salad and a few options showed up at the top of Google search results. They all had 4.5 or 5-star reviews, but one recipe had hundreds of reviews, while another only had 3. So naturally, I went with the recipe that had more reviews. Now, whether you are comparing recipe options or businesses, I'm sure you do the same. And guess what? So do your prospects. When your business appears in Google search results and has high ratings and more reviews than your competitors who also appear, your business becomes the obvious choice, allowing you to stand out in even the most crowded market. So ask your customers for Google reviews. While there are other sites such as Yelp where you can earn reviews, I'm going to encourage you to specifically ask for Google reviews because most people, 81%, read Google reviews, and Google reviews are going to help improve your SEO, which, as we already discussed, is going to help you stand out. Now, if you want to generate more reviews, you have to ask for them. More than 70% of consumers will leave reviews when directly asked. However, you'll likely find that few to none of your customers will take the time to leave you a positive review without being prompted. This isn't to say that your customers don't appreciate you, but with busy lives of their own, and because they don't necessarily realize how helpful reviews can be for small businesses, it likely won't occur to them to leave you a Google review unless you specifically ask them to. So make asking for reviews part of your workflow. And if you're short on Google reviews now, you can, and I'd argue that you absolutely should, reach out to past customers and ask them to take a minute to leave you a review. Now, in today's competitive market, one of the most powerful ways to differentiate yourself and your business is by developing a personal brand. Because I know that this is making some of you cringe, let's talk about what a personal brand is and isn't, because while it's similar to a business brand, there are some key differences. Now, we've talked about business brands, and personal brands for that matter on the podcast in the past, but in case you need a refresher, a business's brand is a business's identity, image, and reputation. Basically, your business's brand is a person's gut feeling about your business and what comes to mind when people think about your business, your products, and or your services. Your personal brand, on the other hand, is what comes to mind when people think about you as an individual. It's the unique combination of qualities, values, expertise, and personality traits that make you, you, and differentiate you from others. In other words, your personal brand is how you are perceived by your audience, peers, and industry. While your business and what you offer should certainly be part of your personal brand is typically going to be separate from your business's brand. Now, there are exceptions. For example, if you're the face of your company and your customers typically work with you directly, your business's brand and personal brand might be one and the same. For example, when I was a wedding photographer, I was the face of my company. And even though I certainly had help behind the scenes, my clients worked with me directly. As a result, my business's brand and personal brand were so intertwined that they were essentially one brand. TreeFrog, on the other hand, has its own brand, and TreeFrog is part of my personal brand, and it's part of Kelly's personal brand, and our personal brands support TreeFrog's brand. However, TreeFrog's brand and our personal brands are technically separate. If that's confusing, I'm sorry, but basically, if you're the face of your company, your personal brand and business's brand can be combined. If you aren't the face of your business, you need a separate personal brand. Now, there are honestly several reasons to develop a personal brand, but the biggest reason is simply because people buy from people, not businesses. And they don't just buy from anyone. They make purchases from those they know, like, and trust. And today, consumers are increasingly looking for true connections with the individuals behind businesses, often before choosing to support a business. In fact, 77% of people are more likely to support a business when its founder has a strong personal brand and the founder's personal values align with the consumer's values. Basically, having a personal brand as a small business owner allows you to humanize your business and foster relationships, even if they're just virtual ones, with your audience so that they can know, like, and trust you. By simply sharing your story and your values and what matters most to you, you can create a sense of connection and relatability that ultimately leads to sales. Because again, when customers feel a personal connection to you, they're more likely to choose your business over your competitors, as well as become loyal repeat customers. Long story short, having a personal brand allows you to differentiate yourself, especially in a crowded market, and connect with customers on a deeper level, which can help you stand out and drive long-term success for your business. If you'd like to learn more about how to develop a personal brand, even if you're on the fence about it, please go back and listen to episode 147, Why Every Small Business Owner Needs a Personal Brand and How to Build Yours, which you can find via the link in the show notes or wherever you listen to podcasts. Now, last but not least, if you want to stand out in a crowded market, you have to show up consistently. Consistency is one of, if not the most underrated yet effective ways to stand out in a crowded market. When you show up consistently in your marketing efforts and your customer service and in the quality of the work you provide, you'll build trust with your customers and audience and establish reliability and dependability. We already discussed the importance of offering a great customer experience. I think it goes without saying that your products and services should also be great and have consistent quality. But so often we see small businesses fail to be consistent in their marketing. This is usually because they're busy and they don't have time to focus on their marketing, or because they aren't operating from a marketing strategy. And as a result, they don't know what to focus on and they just get stressed and overwhelmed every time they look at their marketing. But during busy seasons of business, this doesn't seem like a problem. After all, if you're serving your customers well, referrals can take you a long way. However, what happens during a slow season of referrals? What happens when organic leads dry up? Because friend, eventually they probably will. This is why it's so important to consistently market your business. I mean, have you ever heard of the rule of 7? The rule of 7 is a marketing principle that says that customers need to see your brand at least 7 times before they commit to a purchase decision. With this in mind, if you want to stand out in a crowded market, your audience needs to consistently hear from you so that they remember you when they are in need of your products or services. Now, you can't consistently market your business unless you're operating from an effective marketing strategy. Now, if you've listened to probably a single past episode of Priority Pursuit, you know that we are big fans of the flywheel marketing strategy. This is the exact strategy we use for nearly all of our agency clients because it's proven to work for small businesses. I mean, some of our clients have seen up to 800% growth as a result of this strategy. And because there is nothing that we want more than for your small business to succeed, we want to share the strategy with you in full for free. So we detail the strategy in a guide that breaks down every step, and we would love to share it with you. To access the most effective marketing strategy for small businesses, the Flywheel Marketing Method Guide, visit the link in the show notes or go to treefrogmarketing.com/flywheel. Friend, I know that this has been kind of a longer episode. I try to keep the solo episodes short and sweet. So thank you for hanging on. I just want to conclude this episode by saying you deserve to stand out. You deserve to be noticed by your ideal clients and to have a marketing strategy that conveys your value and makes prospects want to work with you. Now, if you aren't sure where to start, I want to give you a couple action items before we do wrap up. First of all, make sure you're offering an incredible client experience. Your business won't stand out, at least not in a good way, if you offer average or anything less than great customer service. Second, clarify your message. Like we discussed, all marketing is a waste of time and money unless you know what to say. And third, check out the Flywheel Marketing Guide that I mentioned. If you want your marketing to be successful, you have to operate from an effective marketing strategy so that you know what to focus on and where to invest your resources so that you can reach your business goals. From there, so much of everything else we discussed will begin to fall into place. Again, we would love to share our favorite marketing strategy for small businesses with you. You can find the Flywheel Marketing Guide at the link in the show notes or at treefrogmarketing.com/flywheel. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Priority Pursuit. If you enjoyed this episode, we hope you will take a moment to share it with your small business friends and that you'll join us next week for even more marketing, boundary, and priority-driven tactics you can use to build a life and a small business that you love.